Okay. I'll be starting this even later than before. 16 minutes in, yeah. Well, actually more like 17. So you're gonna try and counter jungle, I see.
Multiple targets engaged.
Nowhere left to run.
Wow. Okay, let me just look at that again. Why did you use decoy? Decoy's not a gap closer. Okay, let me look at it. Red. Got the red buff. Charging in. And you keep walking forward even though Jarvan is there. Okay, let me tell you right now that that wasn't a good time. That wasn't a good place to counter. I'll tell you right now why. That's because in your eyes right now you have these guys in the mid lane, right? And Ashe. Now you can expect that if you interrupt, that they will all be coming towards you, right? How many seconds? A couple, right? But in this situation, you can probably take this and then get out successfully. And that's what you should have done. But what you instead tried to do was you smited it, right? And you tried getting the kill on her too. Now this is the part where you fucked up. You got closer to the mid lane. And by going closer to the mid lane, it means that anyone here, like, you shaved off the time for them to come and interrupt your counter jungle. And that meant the end of you, because instead of even walking back away, you walked towards here. And Thresh was coming down here, and then he just does a grab.
Is inexorable.
It's ridiculously easy. You see, what you should have done is you should have smited it and just ran this way. Like, you didn't even have to fight her. Just stealing the buff itself is a lot of EXP loss. But you tried to be a little bit energetic, and you got too much whatchamacallit on it. You got too cocky, basically. That's what fucked you over. You used the W too early, and you couldn't get away. Let's see. Doing a bit of counter jungling, that's good. Yep, pretty good. Unfortunately, though, you didn't account for MIAs. Okay, let's see. So, here is where your mistake lies. Red, right? Okay, who was MIA? There's only 2 people visible, right? Do you have any vision here? No. Do you have any vision here? No. You do have an ally here, so you can tell if someone's coming up from around here, but you have no vision all around here. So, tell me, why do you think Fizz is going so balls deep on you, even though he's 1 level under you? There's only one reason. That reason is because he has backup available. And that's exactly what's happening. You see Zed left here. You probably didn't even notice that Zed left here. And you got a Thresh here, and now because you ignored the Zed that was leaving mid lane, you got your ass killed. You got to be aware of your surroundings. You have to be, not just for counter jungle, but for all instances. And it's just that counter jungling is the most important thing where you need to be aware of your surroundings. You cannot simply waltz in and charge their face. You can only do that if you're 5 levels ahead. Because once you're 5 levels ahead, you're like a 5-man army. You can handle all 5 of them. But you aren't. You're only 1 level ahead. You have to be very, very aware of your surroundings. And you have to account for MIAs. You have to think that you're going to fight all of the people that are MIA at once, coming right out of the Fog of War. Where in the Fog of War? Everywhere in the Fog of War. Because if they can be anywhere in the Fog of War, then think that they'll be everywhere in the Fog of War. Simple as that. Counter jungling is a high risk, high reward thing. But that reward is definitely worth it for when you go up against late game snowballing champions, like Master Yi with his attack speed increasing on his ultimate. And like Aatrox. Actually, I wouldn't consider Aatrox. He's more like mid-game with an early snowball. But any late-game champion that you could think of will just fuck you up. Warwick is actually a better example. But anyways, like, if you just let them farm like the standard way, then you're just asking for trouble. But if you counter jungle recklessly and you don't take into consideration people who are MIA, that's pretty much top priority, and level differences, then you will have a bad time. Simple as that. Because something like this can really screw you over. Okay, you did a push right there, you got counter jungling. And you're sitting around doing nothing. I don't know why you're doing nothing. since you were aware that there was 2 people here, there's 1 person here, you could have expected a 3-man fight here, for example. And you always have to think of these things because it is doing these guaranteed successes that gives you the advantage you need when you're counter jungling. Because when you're counter jungling, you are always going to attack the enemy's experience, no matter how you do it. Go reckless, okay, you put them back even further if you kill them. If you die, you lose that lead instantaneously. You can lose 5-level lead by dying 2 times. It's that easy. Just lose everything you work for. So you always have to be careful. You gotta be careful early on, and you gotta be more careful when you get higher leads. But your counter jungling is definitely paying off because you just got a 2-level lead on Fizz. That's huge because Fizz, if I recall, he's got a I think he's got late game impact, mid to late game impact, depending on if he maxes W first or not. But most times he's going to max W second, because if I remember correctly, it's his E that he maxes when he's jungling because of the slow. I'm not sure. Oh, I don't play Fizz jungle. I play Fizz mid. Good stuff, man. That's the power of a level lead. You're 1v2, but you still kicked his ass. You still survived. Fizz, you know Fizz, he's a fucking destructive assassin. Say that you survived against Fizz is a feat on its own. And, well, you're up against Bruiser Fizz, yeah, that's not that special, but no, you're not up against Bruiser Fizz, you're up against AP Fizz. AP Fizz that got the extreme AP ratios, Envane and Runic Echoes. So yeah, he's got like a 75%, 10%, 85% additional AP ratio just from his items. So yeah, his burst is not a joke. It's pretty damn strong, and the fact that you're surviving it just goes to show how much this counter jungler is doing. Okay. Rewind. See the situation. How did he get that low? Let's see. Ah, I see. ended up as an outplay of 2 Zeds. Okay. You know what they say, the first Zed usually dies. First Zed who uses their ult dies. Let me go for the executes. Easy peasy. Oh, wait. Something was going on here.
Keep their heads down.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
I wish I could have seen more because like 17 minutes into the game is pretty much destroying all the early game moments. Damn, you took a lot of damage. But then you dealt a lot of damage. Jeez. That done? Yeah, as you can see, the level advantages you get when you counter jungle, it's just fucking tremendous. Like, you don't really notice how powerful you are until you notice how weak the enemy jungler is. Fizz is fucking doing terrible. 2-13-6. 2-13-6. They must think he's a piece of shit. This was all made possible because you counter jungled it. Because look, you're literally almost flame horizoned Fizz as a jungler. That's not supposed to be possible. Because that's where you're supposed to get your guaranteed CS. And you're flame horizoning him, and you're like, junglers don't get that much CS in their jungle already? Like, what? It goes to show that it's really fucking powerful. But yeah, what you gotta do is again, I can't believe I'm saying this again. Pay attention to people who are MIA. Please, please, please. While you're fighting, too, just press tab. Look at the list of people who have question marks on them, and think to yourself, if they all came at me right now, would I live? If you can't say yes, for certain, then you shouldn't be there. Simple as that. You should be playing safer. You should be doing what you're already doing in a more tactful manner. You want to do what has little to no consequence. If you can counter jungle at no consequence, as in like everyone else, somewhere else, aside from where you are, then do it. Because if the jungler's not even there, then who's gonna stop you if no one's there? If you can handle the people that are around and any people that are missing, then do it. Nothing is impossible. Make your dreams come true. Why? Because it's possible. It's easy. Because you have higher levels and higher gold. More items. You can just kick their ass. Their ass is grass. mean, look at that. This level 11. You are level 16. You got a 5 level advantage on him. Not even 5 of this Fizz would be able to kill you. That's how bad it is.
Success. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
But I hope you now understand just how powerful counter jumping is. You have to work on making sure that you can safely handle anyone that's MIA, because you are just recklessly charging into fights that you don't know what the heck's going on, and you're just hoping for the best. That's not what you do. You have to make sure you can handle the situation. And then you can do it. You gotta do the most of what you can handle. That is how efficiency works. And counter junglers need to be very